Alrighty then. So, this is the next episode of the Tundra world. And last time we left off looking at some damage done, what mechs we had. And I said we would talk about this new bad boy. Now this guy's a bad boy compared to what we've already got. Because he's heavy. He's a heavy mech. And so, at the moment, his firepower isn't particularly amazing. His armor's better than anything we've seen, that's for sure. And he's very slow. That's the call sign of a heavy mech, if you will. The lumbering beast with no speed. So there's a lot of customization we can do here. The BAP as usual, which increases sensor range and decreases missile lock time. You can see in the dark, jump jets, and the anti-missile system, which can run out of ammo. So the heat efficiency is amazing at the moment. So let's see why that is. Because it's got no weapons, basically. So don't get me wrong, these LRM-20s, that's a kilometer range. And I believe from memory that this 480 ammo is actually double the stock ammo. Not sure, I think it is. Then we have a large laser. It does a hell of a lot of damage if you can hit it. Really big recharge time. And a small pulse laser which you can pretty much spam infinitely without charging up any heat. So hopefully we're going to be able to customize this. But alas, what I really want to do with this fellow is just make this thing an absolute cannon. So if we get more extended range large lasers, I would want to put 3 of them here and sub these out for clan weapons so we get more damage, stuff like that. But we don't have any salvage. Oh no. So this is very sad. This is very sad indeed. Because this isn't particularly amazing at the moment. But surely we can at least try to make it a bit better. Also look at its armor, so that's reactive. So this isn't the standard armor loadout, so let's just see what it does. So weighs more, it's more effective against ammunition type weapons. So at the moment I'm not so sure I agree with this loadout, because we've only been really dealing with laser tech, stuff like that. So I'm going to chuck in the reflective like that. So its armor stayed the same, but now it's going to do us better against laser weaponry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to strip off all the upgrades there. I'm just going to start fiddling with weapons. So we've got 2 lasers now. So what can we put in? Well, there's no yellow slots, there's no ballistics, so that's out of the question. And god, these weigh way too much, don't they? 11 tons, we've got 2 left. There's not a whole lot we can do here. I'm going to chuck in some medium lasers. Now, you may say, well, you took off jump jets, and that's not great. Yeah, well, that's true if... I would totally agree if this was a medium or a light mech. Because, you know, you're zipping around, you can jump over them, you can get all sorts of maneuverability, but I'm pretty slow, really. So, I mean, think of, I don't know, a game like Unreal Tournament, perhaps, if you're familiar with that, when the player, you know, jumps up right into the air, and suddenly they get sniped by 100,000 people. So that's basically how I see jump jets going on a heavy mech. You jump up into the air, you're moving so slow that they just blast you apart in the air. So now what we got to do is group these weapons. So that's because we have groups that fire off at once. You can't just fire off every weapon at once. Every weapon individually, unless you've got that many buttons on your joystick. So we've got to try to think about ammo. Like, do we want to fire a laser, but if we accidentally, put a rocket launcher in the same group as a laser, well then we're wasting rocket ammo when really we just want to be firing a laser. I'm going to take that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our heavy weapons together. It's got our large lasers, even though one of them's got a longer range than the other by about 200 meters, something like that. Our rockets together in group 2, then our medium lasers in group 1, so we can kind of spam them. Heat efficiency definitely went down, so we're definitely going to have to be careful about that. You'll probably see me doing lots of just walking as I wait for the heat to go down, and then being very smart about when I flush the coolant, which you may have seen me doing before. The coolant is a little blue bar down by the radar. You probably would have figured that out, but you'll notice that getting used this game, that's for sure. Also, let's give this guy some better camouflage, just for fun. There we go. Alright, so now we'll listen to the mission briefing and see what we're doing.
Not bad, Chief.
Thanks.
I guess you're not one of those royals who lets the rest of us handle the heavy lifting. You've obviously impressed Jen. Your fighting's not bad either. Me, I give you a 7, maybe an 8. Of course, I rate myself a 9.
That low?
So I'm biased. Even Rathburn's saying you show ability. From her, that's high praise. With a little luck, I think our little ice brigades might just pull this off. See you on the field.
Yes, Major?
We have a new intercept. Your cousin, William. Someone has been to see him. Castro, I'd assume. It's pretty clear William's out of the command loop, but has some influence and some combat capability.
William's been a bully all his life, and he's good at it. He's dangerous in a mech.
It's also clear that the enemy suspects we're operating in this area. I'm a little concerned we haven't heard from Peter yet, but if the enemy suspects we're here, he probably has to run quiet. Here's the transmission.
Greetings, Lord Roland. I've learned that the military has suffered some setbacks on the Moon and on the Elysium Tundra. I hope these reports are in error. Such minor setbacks can be a great annoyance, no doubt. I've contacted one of your officers, a Captain Burke, I believe, and offered my assistance in tracking these rebels down and eliminating them. My battle mech has been transported to the field, and I shall be joining them shortly. It should be quite an amusing hunt, though I doubt that such a band of disorganized inferiors will provide too much sport. I'll bring back prisoners for interrogation, if we take any. William out.
Who is this Captain Burke?
Checking. Wait 1 moment. Got it. Duncan Burke, Captain, is one of Roland's senior officers. I remember hearing his name during the Clan Wars. He was responsible for at least a half-dozen atrocities, probably more. He's an animal.
Huh. A good partner for my cousin William. They can pull the wings off insects together.
Charming. We just intercepted a transmission. I don't like it. The source is about 50 clicks south. That's too close. We didn't pick up the entire transmission, but here's what we have. It's not good.
I don't care if it takes every live body you've got. Locate them. I have Duke William with me, and we don't want to waste any more time in this godforsaken backwater than we have to. And I won't forget, Logan, that it's your fault I'm up here.
I'm doing what I can, Commandant. I have people scouring the tundra for them.
I don't think they're trying. Colonel Peter Desari is an over-the-hill Davian desk jockey with delusions of competence. We've narrowed his location down to your current search grid. If your patrols lose him, I'll find the man or men responsible and feed them their own eyes. Do you hear me, Logan?
Yes, Commandant Burke, we will have them today. Tomorrow at the latest.
Now, Logan! Do your job, so I can do mine.
Yeah, Casey.
Begging your pardon, sir. I don't think we should just wait here for the Colonel and Gonzalez. Jen and I can run some interference on this Hauptmann Logan. A couple more mechs on the field might just even things up. Think it over, sir. I've had about all the Steiner bravado I can stand.
I understand, Casey, but we have to sit tight until we identify where they are. If we split up the unit, we won't be able to respond in force once they arrive.
Yes, sir. Request you bring me along once we do have their position.
I've got a signal from Gonzalez. He's about 15 clicks south. He has the technicians with him. I'll upload the position on your TACOM. I've got audio.
Request assistance. Steiner forces have him pinned down. I've got the tech convoy, but I can't make any headway. Request immediate reinforcements. Repeat, this is Omega 3. The Colonel has split off and I've lost contact with him. I have the tech convoy on the southern road, but we're pinned down. We need immediate assistance.
So, young Duke, you did it. My crews are ecstatic. This is exactly what you need. The larger chassis will serve you well, I promise you. I suggest you take heavier equipment for yourself. It is appropriate that a leader's mech reflect the strength of his abilities to his team. I'll have your ride ready and painted in our colors before your next sortie.
Thanks, Carl. I'll let you know.
Ian, I have your uncle for you.
Ian, sorry for the delay in getting back to you. Steiner's on full alert and I couldn't risk a broadcast.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I've got the techs we need for the assault. We'll be rendezvousing with you as soon as possible. I'm sure they've ID'd me, but that can work to our advantage. Roland will expect me to lead any major offensive, which means maybe I can draw their forces away from our objective.
Understood.
Nice work on your side, by the way. Even your tactical officer seems impressed.
Hard to tell.
I'm sure Elise is just being her usual standoffish self. Don't let that fool you. Both she and Carl have sent me private reports indicating you're earning their respect. Carl's even showing some enthusiasm. With luck, we'll be there by nightfall. Put on some coffee for me. I'll see you then. Out.
I forgot to mention this to you earlier, young Duke. We salvaged some interesting energy weapons at the base. Bombast lasers. The weapon charges over time, so it takes a little more skill to operate than a conventional laser. But it has the best damage to ton ratio of any weapon. If you're fighting weight limits, you might want to try it out. It can be lethal in the right hands.
Alright, so things are starting to get a bit ugly with Steiner and our friends Peter. So, let's sort out our lance first. I'm definitely taking the heavy mech. And I really want to give Shadowcat back to Casey. Because Shadowcat's got those large lasers and those large lasers hurt. We really want to be pumping out damage as fast as we can if we're doing an escort mission. So it's a drop point. That's where we're heading. Map doesn't make a great deal of sense. So, what we're going to be seeing in this mission is a lot more dangerous mechs coming at us. There's probably going to be a mech called the Uzil, which has massive particle weapons called PPCs, which are nice famous weapons from the Mechwarrior and Battletech saga. They're going to look like giant blue streams coming at us, and they're going to shred us if they hit us. It's going to be wanting to take out those bad boys nice and early. Also, I just want to point out, remember when games used to pay attention to subtlety? During those broadcasts you could hear Peter's mech, thudding on the ground, rumbling. You don't get stuff like that anymore. A lot of attention to detail and these sort of things. Anyway, let's get into the mission, see some more action.
Ian, this is Elise. I've got Gonzalez's position on your nav computer as Nav Alpha. He shouldn't be more than a couple of kilometers due north. Just follow the road.
Roger, Control. Gonzalez, do you copy? This is Ian.
Lieutenant, is that you?
Affirmative. I'm headed for your position. What's your status?
Pinned down in a pass. Just beyond some mobile turrets and armed vehicles. I can't get the tech convoy any further. They're moving to flank us.
On our way, Gonzalez. Just hold them off a little longer.
We're coming for you, buddy.
I've been catching intermittent contacts on radar. Peter led 2 starter lances off to the east, but I think they're on their way back.
We'll get there as soon as we can.
Sensors online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
Form up on me.
Copy that.
Target destroyed.
Attack my target.
Roger.
Target destroyed.
that target.
Attack my target.
Roger.
Attack my target.
Roger. Scratch that target.
Take out designated target.
Copy that.
Target
Color that salvage.
Form up on me.
That's a roger.
Attack my target.
Roger.
Target destroyed.
Ian, it's us. The technicians are in the APCs. Let's get out of here.
This is Tech Sergeant Michaels in APC-1. I've got a man in here who sustained some injuries. We're gonna have to get him some aid soon.
This is Omega Lead, Sergeant. We'll get you out of there as quickly as we can.
Understood. Michaels out.
Nav point Alpha reached.
Color that salvage.
Close up and form on me.
Roger. Omega Lead, there's a bridge down the road to the south. Try to get there as soon as possible. You have multiple bandits inbound. As soon as you get the convoy across, blow the bridge.
Roger, Control. We'll get the convoy across, then destroy the bridge. Take out designated target.
Roger. Salvage. This is Omega Convoy. We are under attack. We are under attack.
Take out designated target.
Roger.
Recommended level. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target
Scratch
destroyed.
that target. Omega, we're picking up another mech, moving to intercept us.
Copy, Sergeant. I've got it. Attack my target.
That's a roger. Salvage.
Take out designated target.
Roger. Oh, that's salvage.
Take out designated target.
That's a roger. Oh, that's salvage. This is a Omega convoy. We're getting hit. Can't take this for long.
Take out designated target.
Copy that.
Attack my target.
Roger.
Acknowledge, Sergeant.
They're getting through to the convoy again. It's under attack. Like they're not gonna leave us alone. Multiple mechs moving towards the convoy.
I'm on it, Sergeant.
Oh, that's salvage.
Heat exceeding recommended level.
Take out designated target.
That's a roger.
Ammunition depleted. Warning. Damage critical. Target destroyed.
Take out designated target.
That's a roger. We're almost to the bridge.
Target destroyed.
Scratch that target. We made it. We're across.
Ian, blow the bridge. Blow the bridge.
bridge is going down. The convoy's across, Control.
Way to go! Roger that. Good work, Omega. Return to base.
Shouldn't we go back and try to find Peter?
Negative, Omega Lead. The area is swarming with Steiner units. We'll have to wait. Return to base heading 170.
Roger, Control.
Alright, so that got a bit crazy. So we managed to get some more salvage out of there though. Got the Uzil, which I'm definitely going to be running in our Lance. Those PPCs hit so hard. Very glad put in the reflective armor there. We've got a PPC, pulse lasers, and rocket launchers. An LBX, so that's basically a shotgun autocannon, and it's the biggest one you can get, fires 20 rounds. And that does so much damage we can find a mech big enough to carry it. Then a little autocannon machine gun. So our mechs are damaged, so let's go have a look at what that means. See if we have to wait a mission before they can be used again. So, no, they're all fine. We're good to go. So, we're good to go for the next mission. So, I will see you for the next episode. Thanks for watching.